So one of the best series from the Fall Major was Moist versus Kcorp. One of the main reasons for this was Kcorp brought a massive fan base along who had drums. They were loud. They had Kamito at the front doing a live stream for it. And this was the first series they got to see their team play on stage because they came on the Saturday. Kcorp already through to the Sunday. So first series was not only an amazing game, but it was against their rivals in Moist, because Moist was where Vatira used to be, who's now on Kcorp. Astral left Kcorp to join Moist, so there's a lot of history there. It's also, Kcorp went 3-0 in the Swiss. Moist snuck through at the end against G2, so in theory, Kcorp should be the favourites here. The crowd gets loud. And because of that, everyone else in the crowd gets loud for Moist because they want to be the anti-crowd to what Kcorp were producing, which I think was very healthy for the audience on that day. It's the loudest I think I've ever heard that many people get in one room. So we'll get to see this here. I think the added pressure of having Kcorp there definitely got to the KC players. And I think when we watch the gameplay, you'll see how that affects their gameplay. We'll first have a look through the stats, though, as you can see the results here. First one went to overtime, 4-3. The second one was a 1-0. Then Kcorp snuck a game, and the other two were close. So it was a very close series still. But when we look at the scores, pretty balanced across the board from the Moist players. Otherwise, everything else looking pretty normal. Exotic, not getting many goals, not getting involved in the offense much, typically where he's quite strong. Atachi was just getting shut down by Moist's confidence. Let's look at the boost amounts. Astral typically low. We've spoken about Joyo and Rise improving their boost averages when we analysed the final. Something that they've done to be able to allow Astral to be his typical high boosty self. Vatira, a bit low for him. A little bit maybe the nerves, going very aggressively on the boost. But look at this. I don't think I've ever seen an average boost amount this low. Atachi, 37 average amount. Typically, Atachi is low. He normally hovers around 42 to 44, but 37.8 is crazy low. A huge time at zero boost. Not getting any hundreds. Relying so much on the pad. So maybe not feeling comfortable to rotate out ever. Maybe having to fill the gaps where teammates weren't there. Maybe just being wasteful of his boost. We'll see that in the gameplay. Positioning wise, Atachi in the middle. Yep, Atachi's in the middle. When you see these numbers very close to each other, that shows you a player's that middle player. My God, his average distance to the ball is outrageous. Again, I've never seen a number that low. So Atachi taking his role to the extreme of being too close to the play, and we'll probably see that he's going to be a bit lost underneath the ball a lot. Good behind the ball stats. They all look pretty normal. I'd say all the players getting back pretty well here. And then movement speed, Tira moving very fast. Atachi moving reasonably fast for him, but not crazy. Otherwise, everything looks pretty normal. But yeah, some interesting stats to see there for sure. So we're going to watch this first game here. Now, this game is key, because if this game goes the other way, like, that's not typical. What we just saw there of Vatira. This isn't particularly typical of Vatira, right? Like, he doesn't normally waste that much boost, so I think he's trying to force it a bit too much.
Gregan flag.
Yeah, you just see very all-in plays. Nothing too crazy at this point, but you can see they're trying to really make a goal happen. Like, they really want to score here. Sometimes it just works that way, but yeah, let's watch Atachi's point of view as well. You can see, like, very trying to stick in the play. A little bit lucky, but you'll take those. You'll take those. Nice play from Exotic, right? So nothing too concerning here. Like, there's some signs of trying to be a bit too forceful of a goal. And, like, they're not looking super comfortable, but, like, you know, nothing more than what you'd expect going out onto a stage and playing in front of a crowd and so on. Whereas this just looks so chill, doesn't it? Like, from Rise's point of view, Rise seems chill right now. See what I mean? I don't know if you guys can see this, like, in the gameplay. But, like, Rise just looks like he's chilling, you know? He's big chilling. Let's watch a bit of Joyo. Oh, that was almost outrageous. Let's watch that from Astral's point of view. Oh. Look, they're just big chilling right here, right? Can you guys, I don't, am I seeing too much into this, or can you guys see the difference? Can you guys see the difference with Moist here just being chill? You know, like they're not wasting boost, they're just sort of doing what they normally do. Which is why they're so good on LAN, is they just play their game. It's less panicky, they're just chilling out, much smoother. Then if we watch Exotic's point of view now. Right, you see it? You see the difference, right? Like, firstly, look at the little nervy boost pumps. Pump, pump, pump. And then he goes up. No one else is up. Like, if we go here, look at how far away Exotic is jumping. And then the moment he gets there, he's like, oh, crap, no one else went. So I guess I'm just going to hover here, right? And this, honestly, was the biggest factor for so many teams. It's what led to... Oxygen struggling a little bit. It's what led to Falcon struggling. It's what led to Team Secret having so much success. You know, like when we look at Team Secret, they were just big chilling. You know, they were big chilling on stage. And honestly, it's such a big factor at this level of Rocket League, is just to be able to play your game, right? And like not panic, because the moment you panic, that's when you make bad decisions. That's when you miss touches, right? Like here, literally Rise is just chilled out and waiting here. Exotic, boom, gives away the ball. Like, do you see how simple this is? Is this a rushed Exotic touch? Okay, he dived in a little bit. Yeah, that's it. You get that back boost, it's not there. I think this is just panic to go for the ball off the kickoff, right? Like, Rise has just done a flick and... Like, Rise has literally just done a flick here. Force Vatira to give away the ball and Joyo is full punished. Yeah, it's just panic off the kickoff. No boost anywhere. How do I think Vatira played? Vatira played a bit panicky. You know, his level is still at a really high point, so he can produce good results despite not playing his best. But yeah, it was just a bit panicky. I think Exotic in particular panicked a lot. I'd say Itachi didn't play the best. And like, part of it was his role is to get the ball to his team. While his team take control of the ball, he then resets. But every time he got the ball to his teammates, they would not take up time. So he didn't have the time to reset. So he'd constantly be driving through the middle of the pitch to get back. So I think a little bit of Itachi's underperformance comes down to teammates being out the play for too long. Like, look how long Exotic's out the play after this, right? Like, Vatira's just giving him the ball. He's not done anything with it. Did Itachi try to go for mid boost and not... Oh, he did get it. Yeah, you see these guys, they're taking themselves out of the play for a lot of boost, but not taking Moist out of the play at all. So they're just not sustainable in the way they're playing. This is good offense here. Bit of a mistake from Rise. Good play by Exotic and Astral. Vatira, good shot. Astral, good save. Good finish. That's just a good mistake punish there by KC. Yeah, the crowd was insane for this. What a first touch this was as well, by the way. Beautiful. But you can see how this punishes panicky play. the Moist structure is not amazing, right? Like, I'm not going to try and talk about Moist as like an amazing structure that you guys should replicate positionally. But they themselves as individuals are efficient, confident, not making many mistakes. They're doing everything as fast as they need to. They're looking out for each other. They're covering each other. They're passing around each other. To me, it feels a little bit more like what you would look at in a 2 structure, where you don't really structure around positions of like first, second, and third, but you position around your teammates and what your teammates are doing. So like they play off of their teammates' interactions, which is really good, and I think it's definitely where we're at now in Rocket League, is it's more a combination of playing off of the movement of the ball and the mechanics of the player on the ball, and less about the sort of like first, second, and third stuff, which are a little bit more fluffy now than what they used to be. Yeah, Moist definitely showed what composure under pressure can do. But like you can see, Vatira, still an outstanding player. But like right here, look how chaotic this is for him. This does not look like Kcorp gameplay right here. What he's had to do here is turn a goal out of a situation that is just, that's Vatira's experience playing with randoms in ranked coming through right there. Because that was a pure chaotic corner moment. And Vatira's managed to find a route to the goal. See, it's all those little micro decisions there, like Vatira getting beaten to that boost there. It's those little, like, decisions. You can see here, Rise just knew straight away. Because of their kickoff strategy, he knew straight away it was most likely to go out that way. So he beats Vatira to the boost. Joyo gets the ball sent to him. And that's just unreal, right? Like, this is a kickoff strategy. They've done this off of the kickoff. This is completely intentional. That's so good. Like, I don't know if this is the whole, like, way they did the kickoff afterwards. Whether that's typical, I assume so, because, you know, if we watch that from above. So you can see here, Astral tries to send ball this way. Very simple kickoff strategy here. Astral then follows through to this boost. Rise knows it's likely to go this way, so if it gets killed in the middle, he will cover this area. If it doesn't get killed in the middle, because he's got that slight movement to the left already, he can start getting to that mid boost. You see right now, Rise is slightly turning to the left already. Vatira is still facing forward because he's planning for the kill. So Rise gets that slight edge over getting to the mid boost. Joyo gets that back boost. Then, if the kickoff goes as planned, that ball's going to pop all the way to the back corner and you can start a solo play there. Now, what that allows you to do is, through Joyo's play, Joyo can use this side of the pitch well because Astral's there in space for free. Vatira gets isolated in the middle of the pitch with no boost. Itachi isolated in the middle of the pitch with no boost. Exotic all alone has to deal with this whole thing. So this is similar to that of the fake kickoff. It's just done with a different angle, right? It's done with the back corner kickoff. So you get a similar outcome to what you would with a fake kickoff maybe. Why didn't Rise get demoed there? I just don't think Vatira's going supersonic, right? Like, the angles don't quite make sense. Like, okay, it's a bit unlucky. Probably should get demoed. Let's see if I've got it. I don't actually know. Okay, he was going supersonic, but it's the car angles, right? Like, that's too acute an angle. It's unlucky, to be fair. In the end, it didn't actually matter, to be honest. Right, okay, it is unlucky, and it probably could have been a demo. It's just unlucky at that point. But it didn't matter in the grand scheme of the play. Vatira wouldn't have got back any better if he got the demo, I don't think. Also, just like the fact that Astral got that bottom right corner, which was like one of the few spots in the goal that he could actually finish it. Again, it's just that mechanical execution, right? Just everything about what they're doing here is just beautiful. So yeah, let's see how it looks in the final game, because it is close at this point. Watch from Exotic's point of view. Like, how do you read this? Like, you just can't read that. There is no realistic world where you're going to be able to read that. That's just an outrageous play. And at any moment, a Kcorp player could have done an outrageous play. At any moment, a Moist player could do an outrageous play. And that's the star power that these teams have. But it just, the frequency of how many were happening for Moist was what led them to the final. Is they just were constantly pulling out these wonder plays, especially Astral, right? And it just wasn't going the same way for Kcorp. So respect to Moist. I was so impressed with the way they played. Kcorp fans, I wouldn't be too worried. I think they still got a lot of potential. I think a lot of it just comes down to experience on stage at LAN, and maybe the added pressure of being one of the favourites of the tournament. They couldn't deal with that as well, especially in front of the home crowd. Maybe that got to them. So yeah, I think that's it from me for this series. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Kcorp Moist series. If you were there, how did you find the crowd? It was pretty crazy. And I'll see you in the next video.